31st of May, Rabbi Moore, Parsha Hashavua with Rashi, Nasso.
Hey.
Hello, Rabbi. Can you hear me?
Very well. Can you hear me?
Yes, Baruch Hashem.
Yeah. Okay, Mayor, you're muted. Okay. Let's go.
Okay. Where did we leave off?
I lost my bookmarks. I don't know exactly where we were.
Looks like we got up to Daled Kaf Vav. That's where my bookmark is.
Okay.
There is a Rashi on that too.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You read yesterday, Mayor? Yeah.
Yes, I believe so.
So, Lou, you would like to read, please?
Okay. Daled Kaf Vav. Ve'es kal a ha-chatzer ve'es masach pesach sha'ar ha-chatzer asher al ha-mishkan va'al ha-mizbeach saviv ve'es meis rei hem ve'es kol klei avodasam ve'es kol asher ye'aseh lahem ve'avadu.
Avadu.
Va'avadu. Okay, so let's see. It says the curtains of the courtyard and the screen of the entrance of the gate of the court. Pardon?
It means really in this sense, gateway, because there was no actual gate.
The gateway. Now, interesting. It translated chatzer as courtyard before, but now it translates it as tabernacle.
What?
It translates the gate of the tabernacle. It should be the gate of the courtyard, right?
No, it says and the tabernacle in my book.
So the same word means courtyard in the first time and tabernacle the second time?
No, I don't. It shouldn't be. 1 second.
Gate of the tabernacle that were over the courtyard.
Yeah, that's Mishkan. The courtyard is the Mishkan.
Oh, okay. But then it says V'al Mizbeach Saviv.
And the altar.
Right. Surrounding.
Right.
Okay. 1 second. This is looking for. of the enclosure. That's what I'm trying to say. The crochet hangings of the enclosure. The chotzer, I tried to not as the courtyard, but as the enclosure, because that's what we're referring to. In other words, it became a courtyard after it was enclosed. But the chotzer in this sense means that there were the kalei chotzer was the hangings which were surrounded the courtyard, which enclosed it. So it was the crocheted hangings of the enclosure, an entrance curtain of the gateway of the enclosure, that together enclosed the dwelling and the altar all around. Okay.
So let's just clarify. The chetzer is the courtyard, which means it's the open space
Around the Mishkan, and also where the altar was as well. That's what he says. Asher ala Mishkan v'ala
Well, what is the
Mizbeach.
Mishkan?
The Mishkan is the actual structure made of beams. The walls were made of beams, and the covering, the roof was made of drapes, which we mentioned before. Yesterday we mentioned about this. There were 4 levels. Well, the machlokas were 3 or 4 levels. First level was drapes made of wool and linen. The second level was drapes made of goat skins. And then the third level was either 2 levels, one level of red dyed ram skins, and the top one being tachash skins, animal called a tachash. And according to the other opinion, the red dyed ram skins and the tachash skins were made as, that was one covering, half of one material and half of the other. Okay.
So,
and
so
then,
the curtains of the chetzer are the curtains that go around the whole structure, correct?
correct.
And then the Mizbeach, the Mishkan is the inner structure, inside of which goes the altar, which is the Mizbeach.
Oh no! So wait, no. The altar we're referring to in the pasuk over here, Bala Mizbeach, was the outside altar, the altar which was in the courtyard, which was not inside the Mishkan.
Okay, so when it says the second time it says the chetzer that was on the Mishkan, ve'al hamizbeach.
Yeah, so
What does that mean?
So Rashi is going to dwell on it, right?
All right, let's read the Rashi, and then maybe we can go back over the pasuk, because I want to understand all these different words that we throw them around, and or I throw them around, and I don't know exactly what each one means. The chetzer and the Mishkan and the Mizbeach, those 3 words seem to be kind of intermingled, and maybe sometimes they're treated as being synonymous.
Okay, so we'll see in a second.
Okay, so Rashi, Asher al Hamishkan.
By the way, we haven't the translation of the pasuk.
We haven't translated it. Okay, let me read you what my English says. The curtains of the courtyard and the screen of the entrance of the gate of the tabernacle that were over the courtyard and the altar surrounding them, their ropes.
Whoa. That's a terrible mistake. You've got the 2 terminologies mixed up.
That's right. That's what's confusing me.
Okay, that's a mistake. I mean, I don't think there's anything else to define it other than a mistake. Okay, nobody's infallible, but okay, that's we're referring to what it means is as we're going to see in the Rashi, the curtains, kalei chotzer, which I translated actually as hangings, crocheted hangings, okay, and the curtain of the entrance of the gateway of the courtyard, okay, Asher al HaMishkan, which were around the Mishkan. Well, how do I translate it? Yeah, which I said, I translate together, enclosed around the Mishkan and the Mizbeach, all around. Okay, Asher means the Kalei HaChotzer and the Mosach together, Pesach Shel HaChotzer, Asher ala Mishkan ala Mizbeach. Together, they created an enclosure around the Mishkan and the Mizbeach. Now, the word al, we'll have to see in Rashi what that is referring to, because al seems as like on top of it, which is upon the Mishkan and upon the Mizbeach, which obviously doesn't seem to make sense. It's a covering on top, when in actual fact it was a enclosure around. It was a vertical enclosure which surrounded the Mishkan and the Mizbeach. Okay.
When you say the Mishkan and the Mizbeach, you're saying the inner structure into which the Aron HaKodesh was placed.
Correct. That's the Mishkan.
And the Mizbeach is the altar that's outside of that Mishkan.
Right. So both those, the structure of the Mishkan and the outer altar, the Mizbeach, were together surrounded by drapes or curtains, whatever you want to call them, hangings, that's what I translate, crocheted hangings, because that's the word kalaim means something crocheted. But kalei, they are these hangings, they created like a fence around the courtyard, which enclosed the Mishkan and the Mizbeach all around. Okay?
So the Mishkan and the Mizbeach are inside the Chetzer.
Correct.
Okay. And then it continues and it says, the Ace Mace Ray Hem, and their ropes, the Eskol Clay Avodasam, and all of the utensils of their service, the Ace Kol Asher Yeaseh Lahem, and everything that shall be done to them, va'avadu, and their service. I'm sorry, and they shall serve.
Right, so that they know us that they may carry out the service, meaning everything that was required for the function of the Mishkan.
Right. Okay.
We're going to see.
Rashi says Asher al Hamishkan. Okay, that were over the tabernacle. Klomar, that is to say, Hakelaim v'hamasach shel chatzer. So that means the hangings and the screen of the courtyard. Hasochim, which screen umeginim and protect al ha-mishkan, over the tabernacle.
Yeah, so when you say something, let's say a person holds a shield, right, to protect himself from somebody attacking him, and he holds it vertically, right? So you would say that that shield is protecting him, right? Now in Hebrew, you would say the magen alav, right? It protects him. You would say magen, it's a protection alav upon him. It's a protection upon him. So the term you used in connection with a magen, something which protects you, even if it's vertical, you use the word alav. So that's what Rashi is explaining over here. Okay, the hangings of the courtyard and the screen of the entrance of the courtyard, asher, which acted as a protection, ala mishkan v'al mizbeach, for the mishkan and for the mizbeach all around. So even though the term used here is al, but it means in the English it's translated as for. Right?
Not over. Instead of saying over, you'd say for. For.
That's how exactly.
Yeah, that makes a big difference. For. That makes sense. That helps it make sense. The ace kol asher ye'aseh lahem, and everything that shall be done to them. Ki sargumo, as translated by Onkelos, v'yas kol di yis misar lahon. Everything that shall be handed over to them. Is that a correct translation?
Everything that was given over to them.
Everything that was given over to them, livnei Gershom, to the sons of Gershom. Everything that was given to in other words, everything that the sons of Gershom were responsible to carry.
Right.
Okay, so we read the Rashi. Now let's see if we can. I just want to see if I can translate the pasuk correctly. The crocheted over the crocheted hangings of the courtyard and the screen of the entrance of the gateway of the courtyard that were for the inner structure.
It's called the Mishkan, for
the Mishkan, the inner structure, and for the altar. Right?
Yeah, well, they acted as a protection for, you have to add in the words, which was protecting, which had protection for the Mishkan and for the Mizbeach.
That were protection for the courtyard and protection for the altar.
Right. Mishkan, no, so Mishkan is not courtyard. Mishkan is dwelling, or tabernacle. They got the words mixed up. That's in the actual translation. That's a mistake. It means
Mishkan could be called tabernacle. I just called it the inner structure, but yeah, right. It could be called the tabernacle.
I didn't use the word tabernacle. I used the word dwelling, because it is Mishkan is something where Kodesh Baruch Hu is shoichem, Kodesh Baruch Hu dwells.
Right. That's where the Shekhinah resides.
Right.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. By the way, you know, in the entrance of Yerushalayim, there's this big bridge.
The string bridge?
Yeah, so it's called the Gesher Meitarim. So it's the same word. Meisreihem are the tying rope. The same. Those.
Oh yeah. Huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Pasuk Chav Zai.
Okay. Let's see. Alpi Aharonu banav tiyeh kol avodat b'nei hagershuni l'chol masa'am l'chol avodatam ufikadetem alehem b'mishmeret et kol masam. Okay, so Alpi is according to, okay, Aharon and his sons. Tiyeh will do all the work of the sons of Gershon. Huh.
Yeah, it means
All
according
must-
by the order should be literally by the mouth of Aaron and his sons. All the service or the work of the sons of the Gershuni, the whole masam, all their carrying work, and all the other forms of work.
Uh-huh. Okay. So there's a Rashi, Al Pi Aharon Uvanav. So you said by the mouth of Aharon and his sons. Okay.
By the way, we didn't translate the last words. Ufkadetem aleim b'mishmeres eis kol masam. And you shall order, should we say. Ifkad means to be command, to be in charge. Aleim b'mishmeres. With each one according to his task. Meaning, mishmeres is a job. You know, it's each member of the Bnei Gershon was supposed to have his specific job. Eis kol masom, all their carrying jobs. Meaning that translated as follows: both of you shall delegate to them all the things they are to carry, each person with his particular duty.
Oh.
It's clear you have to retranslate as follows. You have to delegate to all of them, to each of them, what is their carrying job, and b'mishmeres, that each one should have his particular duty.
Oh.
Okay?
Okay. Very good. Okay, so there's one Rashi here. Al Pi Aharon Uvanav, by the mouth of Aaron and his sons. Be'ezeh me habanim mimuneh aleichem. So he's asking
The
which.
son who's going to be in charge.
Okay. Biad Itamar ben Aharon HaKohen. So it's by the Yad, I guess by the hands of Itamar, the son of Aaron the Kohen. That's interesting. Okay.
Okay?
Okay, Bezos Avodas.
What Rashi's pointing, just 1 second. What Rashi's pointing out over here, that there shouldn't be a contradiction between Pasuk Chav Zayin. It says, Al Pi Aaron Ovanov Tia Kol Avodas Bnei Gershuni, which means, it sounds like that the work of the Bnei Gershuni should be in charge. Who is going to be in charge of that work? Aaron and his sons, mashma all of them. And then the Pasuk Chav Ches now is mashma, it says, Umishma Tom Biyad Isama ben Aaron HaKohen. It's only Isama, not all of them. So Rashi points out that in general, all the Aaron and all his sons are in charge of them, but in particular, Isama, the son of Aaron the Kohen, he was the one in particular in charge of the Bnei Gershon, which means could be that on an ongoing basis, day-to-day basis, it was Isama's job, but if he couldn't do it, whatever, then Aaron or any of his other sons could also do it as well. Okay? Hello?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Pasuk Lamed Beis. No, Pasuk Chav Ches. Lou, what happened to you? Don't hear you.
I'm here. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
You can?
Right? I can, but why don't I see you?
I don't know. My
His
camera's on.
camera's on. I see him.
Right, we're okay. We're okay.
I'm sorry. Zos Avodas Mishpechos Bnei Hagershuni Ba'ohel Moed Umish Mar Tom Biyad It Samar Ben Aharon HaKohen. So this is the work of the sons of the Gershonites in the tent of meeting,
You are the family. Mishpachois, the families of the Gershonites.
the families of the Gershonites,
Mishpachois.
B'nai Shuni, in the tent of meeting, and their charge under Itamar, under the authority of Itamar, the son of Aharon, a Kohen.
Right.
Okay, there's no Rashi on that verse. Pardon?
Let's continue.
B'nai Merari le mishpechosam leves avosam tifkod osam. Okay, so the sons of Merari, according to their families, the house of their fathers, you shall count them. Mi ben shloshim shana, I'm sorry, va ma la ve'ad ben chamishim shana tif kedem kol haba la tava la avod es avodas ohel moed. Okay, so that means from 30 years and up until 50 years, you will count all of them that come to war, to the army, to serve, to perform the service of the tent of meeting. Okay, continuing.
So it doesn't mean necessary to the army, but means to the, I think I translate it as a group. 1 second.
My English says to the legion, whatever that means.
Yeah, I subscribe all those eligible for the group who are to do the work of the tent of meeting.
So for the group.
I said the word sava comes, the root of the word actually is something, any group. Litzvar means when you gather something together, the term is litzvar, albeit that has a resh at the end. But otherwise, tzadi base always indicates something being gathered together as a group.
Okay. V'zos mishmeres masa'am l'chol avodasam v'ohel moed kar shei ha-mishkan uve'richav ve'amudav va'adanav. Okay, so this is the charge of the burden of all of the work of the tent of meeting, the planks of the tabernacle, its bars, its pillars, and its sockets. Okay, one more before Rashi. Va'amudei hechatzer saviv ve'adnehem v'seidosam Mace Rehem L'chol Klei Hem U'L'chol Avodasam Uve Shemos Tif Kedu Es Klei Mish Meres Masa'am. Masa'am. Okay, so that means the pillars of the courtyard all around and their sockets and their pegs and their ropes for all their utensils and for all their service, and you shall appoint them by name to the utensils that they carry on their watch.
So
Masa'am is their watch.
no, Mishmeres.
Mishmeres is their watch. Masa'am is that they carry.
Right. So let me tell you how I translated it. I'll read that to you. Sometimes this is a prime example where you cannot use the exact syntax of the word of the pasuk in Hebrew to translate it to English with the same syntax. So he says, I translate as follows: and the pillars of the enclosure all around, right?
Right.
Adnehem, their bases. Bisedo means their pegs. Umeson, their tying ropes. Okay. And all their utensils and everything that was required for their work. Okay, that means l'chol kleim l'chol avodah. All their utensils and everything that was required for their work. The Lamed will see about that. Okay, both of you, now it says, Shemois tifkedu. Tifkedu, so you have to say it as follows. Tifkedu as kelei mishmeres masa'om b'shemois. Both of you shall delegate the articles of their carrying duty to each person by name.
Where do you see both of you?
Because it says tifkedu, plural.
Yes. Okay. So tifkedu means to appoint.
Both of is in brackets. You shall delegate the articles of their carrying duty to each person by name.
Ah, you shall delegate. That's good.
It doesn't mean to count in this sense. Tifkedu means to order that each one should be given their particular duty. It's claim mishmeres masam, the utensils for which they carry out their carrying duty. Each one was to be delegated to each person by name.
Okay.
Like, you've got to carry this thing, and you have to carry this thing, and whoever it was, whatever, all the different names. Each person received his particular carrying duty by name and his particular article which he was supposed to count. By the way, they always kept to the same thing as rule of thumb, meaning unless obviously they had to make some change. But every Levi always used to carry this particular utensil. Okay?
Got it.
Okay. Right, I think we'll stop here.
Okay, so we have to do the Rashi.
Right, we'll have to do the Rashi tomorrow. And basically what Rashi is saying is, in this pasuk it says, and it previously in pasuk Chavav, it also mentioned so there was also Meisrehem over there as well. Okay?
Yes.
So Rashi will explain there was two different types of tying ropes, two different types of ropes. Okay.
Mhm.
With this, we will adjourn. Okay.
Thank you, Rabbi. Good Chodesh.
Kodesh Tov.
Also, be well.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
be well, Yechiel.
Yeah, but what's the Parsha? Like,
We're in Nasso.
What we finish now?
What did we finish?
32. We're in the middle of 32. We read the pasuk, but we didn't read the Rashi.
Right, chapter 4 and pasuk 32. It's a long pasuk.
Yeah. All right. Have a great day, guys.
Okay, bye now.